Who am I? Who are we? What is life? What is the universe? Are you willing to throw out your old identity and everything you once knew? Are you ready to become the ascended version of yourself? Are you ready to ascend mentally, physically, spiritually, and energetically? I am a divine being. I am Shan, the divine, a divine goddess, embracing my goddess energy, and you are watching the Divine Archives. Hey guys, welcome to the Divine Archives podcast featuring your host, Shan, the divine goddess, and we are going to be talking about unwiring and rewiring your brain. Okay, this is going to be a very short podcast, but I don't even have my notes, so we're just going to freestyle and hope for the best. Okay, so I want to talk about this concept of rewiring your brain. I want you guys to think about the movie The Matrix, okay? And when there was a choice given, you could take the red pill or you could take the blue pill. Now each pill has a different option. You could forget your whole life and live on this new ascended journey, or you can go back to the way you were living, basically being mind controlled. Now, I don't want to say society's kind of the same, but kinda, because when you think about it, I want you guys to ask yourselves, who are you? No, but for real, who are you? Without your identity as you were from a child, or what people told you that you were, or what this person told you, or what this environment shaped you to be, without all those external factors, who are you? Me personally, I'm still learning, okay? But I want to talk about rewiring and unwiring your brain. When we're young, we have all this media pumped in our heads. And when we're young, our brains are like sponges, okay? We're taking in so much information. And subliminally, that becomes a part of our identity. Now I'm going to give you guys a quick example. Let's say someone is living in country number A, and then we have a person in country number B, okay? Now country number C is known for its media platform, okay? Their media platform reaches a mass amount of number of people. And they're broadcasting that country number A has a bunch of spooky people based off of their race. And that information is also going to country number C. Now, country number A, all they did was just be kick up. They didn't really do anything. But because someone from country number C maybe had a bad encounter, or they're scared of the people from country number A, they want to let country number C know and country number B know that people from country number A, they're this, they're that, they're this. And mind you, everyone else from those two other countries didn't have a personal experience, but the media was tainting everyone's perception of people from country number A. Okay, and now people from country number A are moving. Some people from country number A are moving to country number C and country number B. And now you have a bunch of people from country number B and country number C mistreating people from country number A, not based off of the personal experience that they had with people from country number A, but from the media. And that is how powerful the media is in tainting our perceptions of certain things. Now let's talk about books or what we were learned in school. What we are learned is based off of someone else's perception. So which goes into my point is, living on this planet, a lot of our identity is shaped from someone else's perception or someone else's idea or misconception. Which is why I really want you guys to ask yourselves, who are you? Because without all these external factors, we're really left with the thought of, who are we? Because we were grown up given an identity. A lot of us were brought up given an identity to us, but we haven't been able to show our true identity. Maybe because of fear. Maybe because of what the media was saying. Maybe we had to act a certain way so that we don't fall into subject or fall into this mold of what the media created. And to me, rewiring your brain has a lot to do with healing. It has a lot to do with letting go of your old identity and what you were told from the media, from your friends, from your family, from this person, from that person, and really understanding and listening to yourself. And that could be an extremely hard thing to do when all we know is our past self and our past identities. But I think a big thing on the spiritual journey and the spiritual process is kind of mastering your mind to get out of that false perception of reality and actually understand who you are and your perception of your own reality. And some people don't even get to achieve that because they are so far gone from being tainted by society and all these false perceptions. Because it's like, oh, if you think for yourself or if you think against the majority, then oh, you're weird, you're different. And I'm not talking about like life and death issues or like life situations. Like I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just like certain beliefs, certain belief systems. I like to say the concept, the matrix. If you go on a bunch of like actually spiritually ascended accounts and go listen to the matrix or the concept, the matrix, it makes sense. Where do you think the idea of the matrix came from? We literally live in a matrix, okay? When we're younger, like I said, our minds are already pre-programmed. We have to reprogram our minds to be able to really feel like our true selves. And sometimes it may be a weird feeling because a lot of us are living in a false identity or a false perception of reality based off of our pre-programming. So this is kind of the concept I want to talk about. How to rewire your brain. Now, given these tips, okay, it's not going to take 20 seconds to rewire your brain, okay? It may take some time. Some people a day, some people a year, some people a few years, some people a few months. It really depends on how receptive you are to change. But I'm going to talk about a few ways that you could do to start the rewiring your brain process. First thing I want to mention is limit your dopamine intakes. And when I mean dopamine intakes, I mean like instant gratifications, like non-stop scrolling on Instagram or social media. Or maybe not binge watching a show 24/7. Or maybe not living for people's compliments. Because it's like after that dopamine hits, now what? Now what? But again, our minds are already pre-programmed for these dopamine hits. That's how these companies be making money, for real. With phones, social media apps that you just mindlessly scroll, or the You want people to tell you that you look good. So now makeup companies, new trends. Oh, I want to be on the new trend because I want to get noticed. So you get a dopamine hit from that compliment. Okay, so that's what I want to say. Limit the dopamine hits. Limit the instant gratifications, because then you actually get to see real life. You actually get to feel real feelings. It's like, okay, now what? Now your brain is idle. Now your brain has time to think. And it is going to be a hard skill for some people rather than others because of our history. Or it also depends on how susceptible you are to change. Another thing I want to talk about is talk therapy. Sometimes just talking things help. Now, whether you be doing with a therapist, a counselor, or journaling and then reciting, or sometimes just even talking aloud. Because sometimes when you hear yourself, it's much different than when you just think. Sometimes when you hear yourself, it's like, like you get such a different perception than when you just have the thoughts sitting in your head. And sometimes it's like, wow, I didn't know that this had this much of an effect on me as I thought. And another thing that I kind of want to talk about too is taking risks. Letting go of fear. Now that's something me personally I'm working really hard on. Okay, but letting go of fear. Where do these fears come from? Again, when we're brought up, a lot of times the media was pumping in our head fear. Remember that country ABC example? Why did you think that country C and B were so scared of A? Because their minds were pre-programmed to. Especially in the media. The media is so powerful. And you want to say subliminals don't work? People want to say subliminals don't work? The media is the biggest subliminal. Because you won't even have the amount of chaos that stem from media, okay? Even celebrity drama. Like we have this fan club attacking this fan club, well, meanwhile these celebrities never even met you. Chances are they may not even meet you. They don't know who you are. But it's like, that's how powerful the media is. So if you actually want to think for yourself subliminals don't work, or these healing meditations don't work, ask yourself why such a mass amount of people are swayed by the media. Ask yourself that. Point blank period. Thank you. But kind of the last tool that I want to talk about with helping to rewire your brain is your intuition, yourself. You have the power to rewire your own brain. You just have to be willing to. You have to be susceptible to change, and you have to believe that you can change. Okay, it's going to feel uncomfortable. You might start questioning things. That is normal. When you're stepping out of an old identity and hopping into a new one, you will question things. You will question why you did what you did. You may question who, like, sometimes you may not even know who you are. But you're paving the way to becoming who you are by already asking those questions. Snapping out of the deception. Snapping out of the deception, the illusion. And I don't want to say delusion, I want to say illusion, because a lot of our identity is what we were told to be, or what we were conditioned to be, or what we had to condition ourselves to be. So that's why I'm going to use the word illusion. But using our intuition can help us wake up out of that delusion or that false life. And to me, that is a really big part of a spiritual journey that I feel like a lot of people don't realize. A lot of people may have these feelings, but they don't know what to put into words. And if you're having a lot of feelings of constant confusion, or sometimes you may not feel like yourself, it really is you rewiring your brain. Being on a spiritual journey itself is you rewiring your brain. Because again, a lot of people's spiritual journey, there's some type of healing that's invoked. And you're looking at your old identity, looking at those old habits, and then you're transcending into the new identity. So you will question certain things. That's a given. If you're not questioning certain things, you probably didn't reach this point yet. Okay, but you have to question certain things in order to move to the new. And I just want to say again, spirituality is not a destination. It's not a race. It is a lifestyle. It's a journey. Okay, so rewiring your brain, it may not be done today. It may not be done tomorrow. It may be done in a few months. May be done in a few years. It really just depends on who you are, how much of your identity you're willing to let go of. It really depends on like your environment. It depends on a lot. But yeah, that's kind of all I wanted to talk about today. If you guys want more in-depth content, I will be having a Patreon uploaded very soon, where I'll be posting more podcasts and also oracle readings. If you do want personal readings, you will find the readings on the Patreon when I set that up. Again, I will never hit you up for money. I will never hit you up for personal readings. Just beware of scammers. Hopefully there's no scammers under my account, but it's better to be safe than sorry. But yeah, that is it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If it resonates, and if you're on your own rewiring your brain process, breaking out of the matrix type thing, let me know in the comments, because I'm trying to see what's up. Until then, see you on the next episode of The Divine Archives, featuring your host, the Divine Goddess. All right, see ya.